Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 10 o'clock press conference on events in Indian River County with Hurricane Wilma. We do have quite a bit of new information this morning. I want to go over some of the new information right now, and then we're going to have the people come up and speak. We do have new information on school openings and a lot of things to cover. I want to remind everyone that we will be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon with updates on a lot of this information. Including the power outages and that type of thing. So we will be on today now, of course, and at 4 o'clock this afternoon. First, let me give you information on the FEMA declarations. As we mentioned yesterday, the President of the United States has extended the individual assistance to St. Lucie, Martin, and Palm Beach County and some other counties south of us. Indian River County has not been included in the individual assistance declaration yet. FEMA is coming to the county tomorrow to start their inspections of the county. There is a process that we go through that they will have to look at the damage in Indian River County to decide if we need individual assistance. Now, I should tell you, as a general rule of thumb, for the criteria for that will involve numerous families having to be displaced because of major structural damage to their homes. Usually it's somewhere around 25 or 30 homes that have major damage from the structures. We have not identified a lot of that yet, but we're going to let FEMA go ahead and do that. If they decide that there is a need for that, they would include that in the declaration. We'll have more information as they get done with their inspections. Indian River County has been included in what we call the public assistance, which means government and other nonprofit entities are allowed reimbursement of the resources. Actions taken by Indian River County in response to this hurricane have nothing to do with the declaration process by FEMA. That is something that is decided by the FEMA office, the President of the United States, and their inspections here in Indian River County. So please don't think that any actions that are occurring here have anything to do with that. It's a totally separate process. I do want to announce to our business owners today that because the Small Business Administration has included in their declaration St. Lucie County, Indian River County is automatically included in the Small Business Administration declaration because we are a contiguous county. So if you have a small business and you have had damage or power outages or creating a problem, you may have some assistance available to you through the Small Business Administration. Let me give you the 800 number that you can call. This is only for small businesses now through the Small Business Administration, and that's 800-659-2955. Once again, Small Business Administration for disaster assistance for small businesses in Indian River County, 800-659-2955, or if you have computer access, you can go to www.sba.gov. Again, www.sba.gov. So there is some assistance out there for local businesses. Rather than me getting into the information or the assistance that's available to you, it's easier to go to their website or just call that number and discuss your situation with the Small Business Administration representatives. A little bit update on debris. In the city of Sebastian last night, the city council has approved household garbage to be picked up whether you are a customer of Waste Management or not. All citizens within the city limits of Sebastian, put your household garbage at curbside. It will be picked up between now and November 4th on alternating days with the Waste Management schedule. Only household debris. Put your yard debris out there at the normal days, but between now and November the 4th, you will be able to have your household garbage picked up free of charge. We're doing that because we know a lot of you are losing items in your refrigerator because the power's out and the spoiled items. We don't want any health issues there. So continue to do that. The same thing is continuing in Indian River County, where you are putting your items out at the curbside. The yard debris, the large debris items, we're going to have an answer as to the schedule on the pickup of that by tomorrow. We're still evaluating the county for the large debris items to find the areas that we need, but we will give you a more definitive answer on large debris items tomorrow. But for right now, continue to keep putting things at your curbside. For the city of Fellsmere, it is normal operation for debris clearance. Indian River Shores will be doing special runs as far as the debris clearance in their areas. And the city of Vero Beach is also doing a run this week and a run next week for debris. There is a burning ban in effect in Indian River County for yard debris. No burning of yard debris right now. You want to put your yard debris at the curbside so that it can be picked up in a normal manner. I want to remind everyone, because I don't know if you're getting the news from the newspapers or anything, it hasn't really been talked about, it's a minor issue, but important, that this Saturday we end daylight savings time. So please remember that the time is changing this weekend, and that may change some of the things as far as the recovery that's going on. So please remember that Saturday night into Sunday morning we will go back to Eastern Standard Time. Also, I want to announce that the Children's Halloween Festival that was scheduled at the main library is still on for tonight at 6:30. That has not changed. We have electrical power at the main library, and it'll be a good chance to take your kids out for the evening and let them enjoy the evening. That is continuing 6:30 tonight at the main library. Also, the North County Library is now open. Power has been restored to the North County Library, so everything is operating there. Let me talk a little bit real quick about Tropical Storm Beta. Tropical Storm Beta has developed in the Western Caribbean. It is very near Nicaragua right now. The system will eventually drift over Nicaragua and not pose any threat to the United States. It may become a hurricane, but even if it does become a hurricane, it poses no threat to the United States. So please, if you hear about it, don't worry about it. It is not coming in this direction. I want to go ahead and start with the people that have information that I know that you want to hear this morning. So let's go ahead and start with the school district, because there has been some changes in some of the announcements from yesterday, and we want to provide those to you.
Thank you, Nathan. Good morning, everyone. Patty Vasquez, School District of Indian River County. I have some good news. The superintendent has announced that schools will open tomorrow, Friday, October 28th. We do have 2 schools that are currently being assessed, and they're questionable at this time, but we will have more information on them at 4 p.m. today. Those schools are Fellsmere, which still does not have power, and the Wabasso School, which sustained damage that we are, as I said, assessing today. And as the day progresses, we will have more information for you on Wabasso and Fellsmere Elementary by 4 p.m. All employees should report to work tomorrow. That's all employees. For Fellsmere and Wabasso, those employees will report regardless, and we'll give you more information at 4 o'clock today if you need to report to an alternative location. Superintendent Marr does want to thank everyone in the community for their patience, and we do look forward to our students and staff returning to school tomorrow and establishing normalcy in our community. There are just a couple of announcements from individual schools that I'd like to make. Indian River Charter High School is in session today. Parent-teacher conferences are this evening at the charter school. The homecoming festivities for Indian River Charter High School are going to take place this weekend. The dance, however, has been moved to the Community Church Fellowship Hall. It has been moved from the Community Center to the Community Church Fellowship Hall on Saturday evening. Sebastian River High School Girls Sub-Regional Volleyball Championship will take place Saturday at 2 p.m. at Sebastian River High School. The Sharks are playing against Martin County. I believe that's all I have. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them. Okay, we'll have more for you at 4 o'clock today. Thank you.
Thank you. And Patty, if I could just ask one question. School will be opening at the normal hours, correct, for tomorrow?
That's correct. All schools will be open, as I said, the normal hours. We have done checks of all of our bus stops. Our routes are clear. Our bus stops are safe. So children should be at your bus stops at your regular time. And, everything hopefully will be just as it should be. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, the issue that everybody wants to know about, of course, is power. If Florida Power and Light would give us an update on restorations here in Indian River County.
Good morning. My name is Sandy Sanderson. I'll be delivering the Florida Power and Light update this morning. I have some good news. The original outage here in Indian River County was 41,600. We have been able to restore power to 26,100 of those 41,600, which means we have a remaining 15,500 customers still without service. We're down now from 90% outage down to 34, and we're very encouraged by the way the restoration is going. I'll share some details on that in a minute. I would like to clarify one thing to make sure everybody understands the date that we published for total restoration. The total restoration date for Indian River County is November the 8th. Now what that means is that's the last handful of people come into power on November the 8th. The vast majority of our customers will be receiving power substantially before that, and many will be receiving it in a very shorter period of time. But that November 8th date is published just so that you know that the unfortunate folks that are the last ones to be restored, they could plan that would be the worst case scenario, if you will. But our customers should know that the vast majority will be in long before that. Last night we opened a remote site, Tropicana, which is off Midway Road. And that's important because it allows us to get a staging area for more of our employees and also some of the folks from out of state that we're bringing in, and we'll be able to accelerate our restoration effort. The folks are staffing it now, but that's building. The numbers are building as we bring people into the area to the Tropicana site. We will eventually have 350 linemen and 150 tree trimming individuals. And that's going to allow us, yesterday we had approximately 50 individuals here restoring service in Indian River County, and we're able to increase that today. We'll have 90 people. So that's almost double what we had yesterday. So we're very happy about that. I'll give you an update on Fellsmere. The circuit that feeds Fellsmere is hot. It's energized on the east side of I-95. It is not on the west side. And we are, right now as we speak, we're in the process of examining that circuit to try to determine why we're unable to energize it. And that will, of course, affect the schools and the grocery store and the commercial area of Fellsmere. I don't have any more detailed information on that now, except to tell you that we are out there trying to assess the actual nature and extent of the problem that's preventing us from energizing it. That's pretty much the information I have locally. I do have some numbers on both the entire system, just in case you're interested in that. And these numbers are as of 9 o'clock this morning. I already gave you the numbers for Indian River. The company numbers are, we started out with, after the storm's passage, with 3.2 million customers out of service, and we've been able, system-wide, to restore power to 1.16 million. So we've got about just a shade over 2 million yet to go, and we're working hard throughout the state to restore power. I'll have more details for you, more specific information at 4 o'clock, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you have at this time. Yes?
You said that 50 people were here yesterday. How many people were actually stationed at Tropicana yesterday?
Well, we opened it last night. Prior to that, we were staging, the employees that work in the restoration Indian River County were coming up from the Stewart area. But now we've moved that operation closer here, and we've got the capability of increasing the numbers substantially. So that's why we're happy with that. Okay, thank you. I'll be back at 4 o'clock.
Thank you. Mr. Gabbard, do you have an update on the City of Vero Beach Power?
Thank you, Nick. Good morning. I'm Jim Gabbard. I'm the city manager in Vero Beach. We are currently just over 90% restoration. We have a lot of crews out this morning that are working on clearing up some isolated pockets where outages occurred due to trees over lines or actually the lines falling themselves. So we look like we're probably going to be able to at least be up to 96, 97% by tomorrow, and we're confident we will have all of our customers back up by the end of the weekend. If anybody have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask Comcast if they could come up and give us an update on the Comcast system and how things are going throughout the county with their system.
Thanks, Nate. I'm Joni Kinsley, the Vice President, General Manager of Comcast here in the Treasure Coast, and I think we have some good news in terms of our progress. Right now, we are looking to be about 75% restored for cable services throughout Indian River County, and that's equally split between Sebastian and Vero Beach right now. We heard from a lot of communities yesterday, and actually the last couple of days, who were with commercial power but not receiving cable services. So as we've previously stated, we've been in a mode where we're trying to figure out strategically on our plant where we can use generators to power spots in the plant that right now are not providing signal fully back to the main distribution center that we have here in Vero Beach. And we were successful, so we got a lot of those large communities back up yesterday. And we're continuing to be out there and decide where we need to continue to put those generators. I do want to mention to the community, if you're seeing these generators by the side of a pole, they won't work in a household. They're only working to power our plants. So please, if you're seeing them, understand that's what's keeping cable service running in your household right now. It's very important to us because we're going to have a number of them out there. Additionally, we know that we do have a lot of customers out there that have drops that have been detached from their home, and we've talked about that many times. And a lot of you have called in to 1-800-COMCAST to report that. We're out there rolling on those instances. We've got a lot of crews out there. We're actually out there hanging those drops if we see them visibly and it hasn't been reported through the 1-800-COMCAST line. So we're very, very aggressive there, but we know we have thousands of them that were detached as a result of the storm. A couple of other highlights that I want to make sure the community is aware of. Please make sure that if you're trying to reach us that you're calling the 1-800-COMCAST line. We do have local lines, local phone numbers that many of you see on our bills, but the best way to reach us right now is the 1-800-COMCAST line. It will bypass really all the volume-related issues that are happening out there on some of the local Bell South lines right now. So if you call 1-800-COMCAST, you'll have a much better result in terms of reaching somebody on the other end. Our lobbies, as we said yesterday, the Vero Beach lobby at 940 12th Street is open for business. Sebastian is currently closed. It's waiting on commercial power. But I do also want to mention that we're having some issues in the Vero Beach lobby right now being able to access the critical tools that we need, for instance, to give you information on your bill statement or even scheduling appointments. So there will be people there, friendly faces to talk to, but they're going to probably do a lot of manual intervention to be able to help you in the way that you're normally accustomed. So if you're trying to report a down drop situation, the best way is to call 1-800-COMCAST. Let us know that you don't have service, but you do have power, and we'll be as responsive as we can. Thanks very much. Any questions?
How's the signal quality?
Signal quality, there are some dependencies there because a lot of our distribution, a lot of our signals are coming from the West Palm Beach area. So depending on what kind of damage or challenges some of the broadcasters have faced, obviously that's going to be an end result that you're going to see on your television set. But it's getting better every day. Much of our service is coming in through, especially the digital channels are coming in through a different distribution mechanism, so digital customers should be seeing very good signal quality. If you're not, again, it could be an issue with that drop situation. It may have not fully detached, but it may be loose. There could be other issues like that. But what we're really asking people today, if you've got cable service, don't call us yet and let us know about your signal quality issue, because we really want to get to the customers that are without service today first. Or if you do call and tell us that you're having a signal or a quality related issue, just understand that's not going to be our top priority. Our number one priority right now is fully restoring cable service to households. Anything else? I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Red Cross.
Good morning. I'm Sarah Rui, Chapter Executive for the North Treasure Coast Chapter. I have an announcement to make. We had a pumpkin pancake breakfast scheduled this Saturday at the First United Methodist Church. We've been postpone that due to power issues until December 3rd, but never fear, we'll still have the pumpkin pancakes. Hope you'll all join us. Thank you.
Law enforcement, any updates this morning? Okay, law enforcement is indicating everything is going well. They're still operating with some of the traffic issues that are out there because of the traffic lights, and I should mention that traffic lights are being reinstalled and energized continually. And I want to congratulate all of our residents and citizens here in Indian River County. You're obeying the four-way stop when there's a stoplight out. I know it's frustrating when that happens, but it's getting much better, and we have had no significant accidents or anything like that. So all of our citizens are to be congratulated for following those emergency traffic rules. At this time, I would like to remind everyone that the EOC has relocated back to the County Administration Building. If you have questions or concerns, you can call the County Administration Building now. We are all back in the place. Our Building and Grounds Department and the people here did a tremendous job getting the building fixed so we can at least restore operations here and better serve the public through our offices here. Once again, I remind everyone that daylight savings time will end this weekend, so the clocks will go back 1 hour. We are going to have a lot more information on the power restorations this afternoon, reiterate a lot of those school closings this afternoon, and go over some more of the debris clear items. Before I end this conference, are there any questions? Yes, sir.
Have you heard anything from Bell South?
Thank you for that question, because I will give you a Bell South update. Bell South, the reason that they do not have a representative with us right now is because they are expediting getting their infrastructure restored. And I know a lot of you in the county that have lost your telephone service are getting messages that it may be as long as the end of November before your telephone service is restored. I can tell you that, like the power, is a worst case scenario. A lot of what is going on right now with Bell South is dependent on the infrastructure of the power grids coming back on. In Indian River County, the infrastructure for Bell South is in very good shape. There are some damages. The more south you go, there's some damages there, but there's switching units and things they're working on right now. And once we get a big restoration of the power here, I think that the telephones will be coming online at the same time as the power restoration. We're not getting indications right now that it's going to take as long as the end of November for Bell South. We're trying to get a representative to come to the meetings, the press conferences here, but as they've indicated to me, they can give me the information, and we need them out on the field right now doing what they're doing. But hopefully they're going to expedite a lot of that a lot faster than the messages going out now. Any other questions? Folks, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll have a lot more information at 4 o'clock, so especially with the school openings and everything, we'll give you more information on what's planned for tomorrow. Thanks very much, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock.